Okay. I think he probably have 5 minutes, and I don't even know how much you guys can actually hear me. I probably look better without this hat on, because the way that it's creating a shadow, right? But I am so sunburned. If he comes up, I'm just gonna say that I was talking to my sister. So, good morning, good morning. I know I'm like, and then it's so loud over here. Can you guys even hear me at all? I wonder, I wonder. Live chat, all messages. Okay. I think it's super loud out here. I can hear somebody's smoke alarm going off though. It was really crowded, just like like probably an hour ago. Not like really crowded, but there were like a few people because nothing's really crowded, right? Well, it's Sunday fun day. Do you guys, okay, let's just cut to the shit. Like, let me just like express myself. Do you ever try to avoid serious conversations and then you end up having serious conversations that you keep trying to avoid? The hair, like that's why I kind of like kinky hair or like the old school yaki textured hair because these silky hairs don't do this humidity right. But yeah, I'm like I'm trying can hear you fine. I think first comers are stuck on the first notification. Well, that's on them. Y'all know. You know what? I need to really work on my tech skills because I have an adventure in the planning, and I'm gonna want to like document it. So that's on me. My stupid ass forgot to connect to the amenity Wi-Fi. So whatever. I got this brilliant idea. There's a phone charger in here, like a. Oh, that's good. I didn't even see that. I got this brilliant idea to cook breakfast on the grill, which is steak and eggs. And yes, you guys are leaning up on my margarita shaker, and there's a little margarita in my cup. I'm not a real big margarita drinker at all, but like I don't know, quarantine makes you do new things, right? I saw somebody post out. This is like one of those diary entries. I saw somebody post out how like all this kind of stuff and saying how 2020 wasn't normal, like on social media, which is kind of why I say off social media a little bit because, but maybe I feel like I should come on social because I feel like the people that are really tuned into it are all putting out the same message. I've been watching the OA. Oh my God, like don't judge me, don't judge me. But you guys already know I've been on that vibe for like years ago. I could like pick and show you guys a video where I was already around this concept that seems to be more broadcasted in a lot of movies and stuff. But it's this whole idea about how you can choose the dimension in which you live in. But and but what was it? I like the word they use like a group liminal, the group liminal. Like if we're all sharing these same keywords or buzzwords together, we're gonna latch onto things and make it like a group experience, and it can become a group delusion. I really do believe that because the message the girl had put all this stuff on there, and she's like, 2020 is not normal. And then in my mind, I was like, maybe it's not normal for you, but doesn't mean it's not normal for like the next person. I'm not saying that it has not been like a year of change, but some of us live in such a fucking changing, shitty dynamic all of our lives that a punch is just a punch. It's like I've been rolling with punches. I don't know where y'all been, but I've been taking punches. I've been taking hits. I've been taking fear. So it's kind of like to say 2020 is not normal. It's like, okay, then girl, what was normal? Like there's so many different things that have happened to me that were just not normal. You know what I mean? But because we're all experiencing the same major shift in our life, all of a sudden that's not normal. I actually think that's the most normal thing that could actually happen is the fact that we all get to experience the same crisis together, and you get to see the people that you love and how they're going to handle that and what that's going to do to them. And for me, I've said it a million times, it's all about new priorities, not even new priorities, but tapping into things. I hate this little piece of hair. Tapping into things that are priorities for me. Like I'm gonna be honest because I got my cup in my hand. And hey, Pasha Blue, I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I don't care. Judge me later. I might delete this later, but maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just say this. This is my truth at this time. Worldwide shift, Earth itself, but we just ignored it. It's like right where everybody you hear this stuff, but people are making coffee. going about their work day is on the news, and nobody cares until the roof blows off of their own house. I've always lived in that dimension of thought, that there are things going around me that are shaking and shifting other people that are not shaking and shifting me. And I've also been aware that when I'm being shaken and shifted, that other people were not. Okay? But I take it back to the Instagram post, and the girl was like, this is not normal. Last night, I posted on my Instagram, like, oh, like we went on a date night, and then we went to like another restaurant, which I don't want to talk about because, you know, it was after hours, whatever. It was, you know, there's a lot of things that we do in our life that I don't feel comfortable sharing about, you know, like, and it comes from people putting me in this conservative box that they see my family or people that look like me fit into, and I don't belong in that box. Like, unless you know what getting that 0.01 bill is like when you go places, people don't even give you a bill, they just want your tip money, or they just want to talk to you, and they'll let you in even after closing hours. I can't explain to you. It's like, but so many people are saying it's their best year ever. I know people that got into, hey RK922, I know people who got into the mass industry, like just before it was just breaking out. They like got into it like on a small scale, and they've made millions of dollars. This Spanish-speaking lady who used to be a newscaster on Univision, she got her public relations company to do like commercials, like, you know, advertisements, whether it be on television or on the internet. And she said, and that's what it's doing. It's making the people that are doing well hate to say, yes, Portia Blue, it is a wealth shift. And I will say for me, this is being very honest, it's a very scary time for me because I have to shift it for myself. Like, I'm always like surrounded by it and around it, but I don't have it for myself. Like, but I feel like I have something more powerful than that. It's just the awareness of it, and the, hey Krishna, and the awareness that you, like, I don't need it. Like, my whole thing right now is like people have like Lamborghini dreams and all this other kind of stuff. I don't have that. Like, right now I have like this real want to just be on the beach and meditate. Yeah, I want to do my work and keep my living over my head, but I don't want the stress. Like, I don't need that. I don't need to be around a whole bunch of people. And what it's doing in my own personal life, to bring it back more tangible, it's making me see the connections that I do and I don't have. Does that make sense? I was sitting next to a girl last night. She knew us. We've been around and stuff like that. Hey, Terry. Love you, Terry. I feel like you could be my friend in real life, Terry, because you always tuning in, and I don't think you shady, girl. So how is your Sunday going? I'm reading your comment, Portia Blue. Yes, I think it's a test. Be blessed, love your videos. You bring it out your true spirit. Right. And it's so weird. Like, it's weird to think about, but then when I see it in movies, so like me and my boyfriend are watching 2 different shows on Netflix. I'm watching the OA, which I hated for like the first 2 episodes, but I'm really into it now, even though the first season is way better than the second season. And then my boyfriend is watching Jean-Claude Van Johnson. One of these shows is like a chick flick show. I already said you guys are hanging up on my margarita shaker, so there's margarita in my cup. I brought my boyfriend a tequila from Mexico that you couldn't get in the States. And I'm drinking, The Rock Johnson has a tequila company as well. I don't talk a lot about my thing, but just know that it's whatever. I could go on, but I'll zip my lip on that. So, okay, so I'm watching the OA, and then my boyfriend is watching the Jean-Claude Van Johnson, which is Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's like a stupid guy show. I'm watching chick flick show, but they both have the same concept in them, which is so crazy that a stupid action guy show would have the same concept of. I haven't even watched the show because I hate stupid shows, but I could hear it, and it was like, oh, your current self just killed your future self. Like, that's in his stupid man show. Like, so freaking stupid. And it's like the media entertainment is already starting to push this idea of like being multidimensional and being able to take these different forks in the road and have a different outcome in your life. And for some reason, it's like when you really can live your life like that, it feels like weird. It feels weird. It feels like, well, maybe I shouldn't tell this person that I'm going to get out of the matrix that they used to be in, or that they are currently in, hey, Lost Soul, or that they're currently in, and I'm going to go into a different vibration. I'm going to go to a different vibe. I want to live mine a little bit differently, and I got to know what is essential to me. So I don't know. That's just where I am. I hope that I am able to do some things seamlessly. We will see how it goes. Like my grandmother, like almost had like a fit with me when she saw my Instagram, which is like so stupid. She's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you like?" So much fear, and I just don't. I don't have that. But it's taken me a long time to recognize that I truly don't have it. Like as much as I try to latch on to like the common fear is never my fear. My fear is always not being true to myself and not being able to suck the bone marrow of life that I was supposed to get out of it. Like I don't need everything that you need. Like some people, they want to check their little boxes. They got their house checked. They got their kids checked. They got their husband checked. They got their successful career checked. I think for me, that would make me miserable. I don't like this for me. Let me see. I want to make sure I'm reading the comments. Don't let anyone speak fear into you. That's what I've learned. Thank you, Beta. Terry, thank you so much for like liking that I'm open-minded. And but you know what's the crazy thing is like sometimes you think you're open-minded until it's time to put action behind it, and then it's like all this trepidation. Like, and you guys, I don't know if you know this, but the only reason that I ended up in Texas is that I was dating somebody, not married to them, and I ended up moving out here with them. No job, no nothing. Now I was younger. But it's like I was willing to take that risk, take that jump, like not even having a real concept of money, like no concept. But I just knew that I didn't want to be like sat down like with a whole bunch of baggage. Like I knew, and it's so weird to say, like, because it's weird to me to really recognize that I gotta pack light in this life. I cannot. Something about me does not allow things to attach themselves to me. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know how to explain that. It's the weirdest things, and sometimes if I think about it, it makes me sad. Like when I die, I'll be like, oh God, why didn't you like just let me like get all these connections and just like be connected to this thing and just be like satisfied with the small things. And I will be rude, and I'll be like, if I see one more stupid person talk about their trip to Target or about what they saw on the news, it makes me like my whole reaction to that is just like. That's my reaction, like, and I know that is like where most people's minds are at. Like, hey Gina, they're like, oh, look what I got from Target, or look what I got from here, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's like when that's all there is, that's the issue. What would you? I am feeling the same way. How do you go about relocating without a job if you're in your 40s? Well, you got to have income, right? You got to find. Don't think about it as a job. Like you can take all kind of different gig jobs. I would like work virtually for Amazon, work virtually for HSN. I would have some kind of like internet job or like build some kind of internet company. Like my mind personally, I haven't built my own company yet, so it's like I do have to rely on corporations that have like an internet component. You know what I mean? That's personally what I would do. I would make sure, and that's I think what God is telling me to do seriously is to make sure that your money can be made virtually, because being in an office setting is not it's not the move. It's like because you can always be non-essential. So having something that you can do working from home, as long as you have that, you can go anywhere. But you do have to have income, right? Like you just have to have that, unless you're gonna go to the place and try to find a restaurant job or work at Target or work at a Waffle House, but you'll still be the highway over there. You'll still be hustling. But I think that if you really want to move somewhere and it's for you, you'll be driven out. Like, and I feel like in a way that I'm being like driven out. Like, I cannot fake it. I cannot put my energy into it. Like, we're supposed to have people over today or go to somebody's house, all that kind of stuff. And I'm just like, that's nice and all, but it's like that company doesn't do anything for me. It's like, like that's just how I feel. Like, and I hate that I feel that way, because it's like everybody's valuable, everybody's story is valuable, and people need the connection. But it's like if you're just really not able to connect with people, I think that's a higher message. Like I really try to be a listener to people, because I know that we all need that right now. You know, no matter if a person's talking about whatever they're doing and stuff, they need somebody to hear them. Because what I noticed is if you keep listening to people, they'll get past their Starbucks drinks and they'll get past the trivial, tangible stuff, and then there'll be like some true emotionality. And a lot of times I'll ask people how they're doing. they'll start saying what they're doing. I said, I didn't ask what you were doing. I would ask how you were doing. And then the real person comes out. But I can't believe I made it 15 minutes on here with no interruption. I keep looking that way because that's the direction he would come from. And we're having steak and eggs on the grill, which is totally my idea, but I'm not doing any of the work. Which he absolutely hates that. Like, some people will hate you for the simple things that you're able to do. Now, I am not a manipulator, but I do know how to kind of like get my own way. Like, and it's not that I'm trying to. I just come up with like really good ideas, and you're like, oh yeah, I could do that, and then they end up doing it, and they're like, wait. After like halfway through, they're like, what are you doing? I'm sitting here just having a you know. They have like some TVs over there, and I just saw John Legend. I don't know if it's a commercial. It is a commercial for that Bahi drink, BAI. It looks very psychedelic. Anyways, it's Sunday. My mind is like, I just want to be on the beach somewhere meditating. And I was like, you know what? I can't do that, so let me come out and get some sunshine, you know? And I was like, and I haven't even gotten in the water yet. And we've been out here for over an hour. I know that the food is not going to take that long because it's all breakfast. I would take you guys over there, but then he might try to put himself in there. I don't know. And then he would be mad. But life on life terms, I feel like, I don't know. It's a weird feeling. It's a weird feeling to be called out from what you've been doing, and you know that, hey, what I've been doing is it's not really serving me anymore, or it's not really enough for me anymore. I gotta do something else. But then that's where growth comes in. I was making close to 100K as a contract manager in aerospace industry. It was hard hit during COVID, crazy. You know what, Lawson? I hope you have some money saved up, right? And I know that you'll be taken care of. And the crazy thing is, like, when you start making that kind of money, that becomes like your vibration, and that kind of money always comes to you. Like, you won't get that $30,000 job, and it's like, even if you got like a $40,000 or $50,000 job, they would probably offer you so many other incentives where it wouldn't really feel like you were making less. Does that make sense? I'm thankful for a job, like, but just know that my job could go any day, like, especially as this thing kind of like goes on and goes on and goes on. Everybody's job is in danger. Like some rumors started going on in my company, and top management won't. They said it was a lie, but it's like when one manager speaks out, I don't think it's a lie, even if the top manager won't speak out about it. So whatever. Portia Blue, you know what? I think it's not about finding that money again. It's about finding that comfort again. I think that if your heart is in the right place and you need something to if you need something to feel safe, then the vibe will definitely come to you, because your mind is already gonna be so elevated. You know what I mean? Like me right now, like, I don't make that much money. I really don't. Like I'm like, damn girl, you really could make a whole lot more money than this. But I'm like, I gotta get over some mental things, some mental blocks, because I see people out here. When I was in Mexico, this guy, he looked just like my female cousin. And he was from New York, a head full of dreads. He looked like he was all calm and stuff like that. And he just loved the lifestyle there. And he's like, yeah, I'm in marketing now, like some kind of web development. I was like, what? I need to learn how to code. He's like, I didn't know how to code. He's like, I just like my lifestyle, so I learned how to code. And I do think life is like that. Like, there'll be a greater pool, and you'll do everything to build those bricks to kind of, if not money, right, Portia Blue. I definitely do agree with that. Like, because is it really money that we want, or is it really like comfort and stability and safety and just knowing that I'm comfortable here and I'm happy here? Like, you know, just like I was telling somebody else, like with the plans that I'm making, I'm like, I don't really need that much money if I really think about it. So like, well, why would you go create all these extra bills? For me, it's not bills. For me, it's experience. Like, why would I not, like, set myself up to have an experience that would really enrich me, hopefully bring out some creativity in me, and set me on a path to really just being where I need to be. Was really on my Instagram stories. Hopefully, a good Sunday. 20 minutes goes so fast when you're running live, right? I need some more ice, and I don't feel like going upstairs. But I hope that you guys really stay encouraged. That's the main thing. Stay encouraged. Stay hopeful. I think if you stay encouraged, you stay motivated, and you stay practical, and you stay, not only do you stay practical, you stay better than being practical because you're stepping a foot ahead of practical. You're like, I am optimistic and encouraged, so I'm gonna not just do what I have to do. I'm gonna put something into like a faith move. Does that make sense? Has anybody watched the OA? Like, it's, oh my god, like I gotta finish the show. I'm mad at the show. I'm always mad at the shows that I like. Oh, the main characters are always so weak, but I mean, they make tangible some comments and conversation that a lot of people are already starting to think about, especially about crowdsourcing. Like when people like have like big rewards and prizes for survey they just came across. That's interesting. Yup. Let me go check up on this man. I hope you guys are having a good Sunday. Sorry that my hair was crazy. I may come back a little bit later, but I'm definitely gonna post our breakfast on my Instagram stories.